Fairway Media presents the Columbia Cup Social Distance C-Tier coverage sponsored by Gripped.com in beautiful McCormick Park. Final round coverage. I'm Ian Blake.
And I'm Michael Grummert.
On the feature card, we have Travis Head. Current score is a 8 down. Current rating 998.
Next on the tee pad, got Ian Blake here. He shot an 8 down as well. Current scores aren't necessarily reflecting what they were.
We're here to update. Dustin Hummel, new to the MPO scene. Current score was neg 7.
Got to play with him the previous round. Saw some amazing shots out of that guy. And then rounding out the card, we got Ben Cole.
His current score is neg 6.
Last year's champ.
And here we go. Let's play some disc golf.
Beautiful McCormick Park. Cannot get enough of this course.
Yeah, St. Helens, Oregon. It definitely is a little gem in St. Helens there.
This is one of those holes in casual rounds, you know, we always do throw 2 on hole 1. So this is usually a hole that we're carding a birdie on, a little different in tournament play.
Yeah, this hole has changed the most out of any hole, actually. Used to be a completely different tee pad. Travis hitting an early tree there.
Travis is one of my favorite golfers to watch play. He throws some super flippy plastic on some very abrupt hyzers and just makes the disc do work.
He's incredible to watch.
Oh, great drive out of Ian there.
Yeah, I got the skip up there. Dustin, too. He's new to the MPO scene, but he crushes. This guy's hands are huge. He launches discs.
Fun fact, he throws offhanded farther than I throw with my predominant hand.
Yeah, fun fact. Yeah, he does. Ben Cole seems like he had that same issue he did yesterday, and he said it's better than yesterday. Yeah, the other one, his shot yesterday literally almost went into the water. So it looks like he'll probably have a long look for 2 there.
Travis, or no, this is Ben.
This is Ben, yep. And I believe he putts with Wizard. Man, yeah, right off the top.
Good run.
Travis just laying up there for par.
As you can see, the correct scores are reflected there. 8 down, 8 down, 7 down, 6 down. Nice putt.
Dustin Hummel, he's got a very interesting putting stroke that is very smooth and really, really, really consistent.
He's just a treat to play with, too, just because you get to see these amazing shots that he can throw. And then at the same time, just such a nice guy.
He is a solid dude. Yeah, this is actually my first round I played with Travis Head, and he's also a super nice guy.
Very soft-spoken.
Yeah, I'd say him and Dustin Hummel actually have very opposite styles of disc golf play, so that's kind of fun to watch.
And both shredders.
Both shredders, yeah. Yeah, hole 2. This one's one of my favorite par 4s, pretty much anywhere. I got that same F5 in my hand, hoping for a similar result to the last round.
Oh, I would agree with Ian's pre-commentary there.
Yeah, definitely somewhere I've never been on this hole. Dustin probably throwing some flippy mid.
That's a very common mistake on this hole.
And there's that understable, just hyzer flip release from Travis. Ben's probably going to that blue rock again. And showing us that we can all hit that tree.
The disdain.
Yeah.
Oh, on the pathway.
Never been. Yeah.
Still.
Definitely no access to the green from here. I'm just trying to pitch one out, get around the corner.
And that's where you tell yourself, okay, par 4.
Yep.
Just get it out there.
Yep.
Get it up in there and just tap out.
You know, Ben talks to his discs, but they seem to listen
He knows his shots.
quite well. Yeah. Yeah, we're all kind of scrambling here. This, you're not in the fairway on this hole. You would definitely have a look for. If you have a look for par, you'll be pretty happy.
Travis can't decide what shot he's going to throw here.
So why not just throw a forehand roller?
Okay, give himself a putt there for 3. Oh, this is where you ended up.
Yeah, you know, from where I was, it wasn't the worst result. I was hoping to be a little more to the right, but still have a look for par. Going to my PA2 little.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Just goes to show McCormick Park, you know, the day before you have the drive of your life, you try to do that again, and you end up being in a spot you've never been before and fighting for par.
Yep. That is truth. Oh, there goes
Marcus Aldridge.
Marcus sighting.
Cram family.
The Cramily. And Dustin just pitching up and overhead. Ben doing that little leaking long on that. He might have a tricky
par putt.
5-footer, yeah. This hole definitely showing its teeth today.
Ooh,
great
nice
putt.
par save.
Yeah. Look at him climbing out of there.
And again, he wasn't definitely inside the circle from where he was at, but not a gimme. Looks like Dustin's going to tap out a bogey here. It's one of those holes that, you know, par 4, 456, but easy to get away from you if you don't have a clean drive.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to scramble out of that weird spot for a par. I was definitely thinking bogey might be a thing. Social distancing, you know, you want to grab your opponent's disc out and be nice, but I don't try to respect people and their need and want to distance.
Ian's one of those people, when you see him on the course, you're usually welcomed with a big hug, and during the era of COVID, it's made it a little awkward, but it's hard to refuse a hug out of this guy because he's one of the most positive folks in the disc golf community. Thank you, Ian, for doing what you do.
Oh, that's really nice, Grummert. I take a lesson out of your playbook.
Oh.
Yeah, hole 3, just got to beat that couple trees there, hit the gap, and hopefully have a look for bird. Let's see what we can do here. I'm throwing the same disc I did, just left it a little wider.
Ooh.
I thought I was going to be parked.
Yeah, that looked
kind of
good.
weird, and then we go up there and I'm 60 out, and now I'm seeing why. This hole was made for Travis. He likes that smooth hyzer shot. He doesn't seem to have an issue hitting a gap this size either.
His style is just meant for McCormick kind of golf.
Very true. Yeah.
And see, Ben's shot from yesterday to today looked very similar, just a little different, and obviously a different outcome. Looking at probably a 50 to 60 foot putt when yesterday he was just parked.
You know, and if that happens on half the holes, man, that's how you go from having a 8 down to a 8 over.
Yeah.
Just a very slight, you know. Some call it luck, some call it being mean to the trees, but
Dustin looking for a birdie.
Very good bid from there. And I have about a 50-footer here. Oh, I thought I had it too.
I thought you had it from here.
I always like to tell myself, at least that wasn't for par.
That's going to be a tricky comeback putt from over there. Let's take another look at that. Oh, okay, I guess he's a little closer than what I
Stayed a
thought.
little closer, yeah. Easy par. I think we're all going to be cleaning up for par, except for Travis hasn't even got to throw his second shot yet. Ben makes good from about 20 feet. Travis knows it's in before he even throws it. Just his body language. He's like, yeah, this is in.
Bunch of pars there.
I think Travis got the bird. No, bunch of pars.
Bunch of pars.
Yeah.
See, some people might say that's boring, but I say it's better than foring. Yeah.
You stay up all night thinking about
I
that
did.
one, huh?
I was having that one prepped. Hole 4 here. This is one of those holes where if you guys all get threes here, that's not very boring. It's a good
Yeah, I'm hoping for a 3 here, you know.
good outcome. But of course, if you get the deuce, that's getting strokes on folks.
That will be strokes on folks. And I let that go just a little higher than I wanted, and my H2 V2 kind of faded out. But
When I first started playing tournament golf, Travis was one of the guys who was in my division starting out. And it's amazing seeing the physical transformation he's made. He really got into fitness and is quite bulked up, got into running long distances. And, I mean, his golf game got a lot better during that time, too. I don't know if it was hand in hand necessarily, but I'm sure it didn't hurt.
definitely doesn't hurt. Probably helps with the mental game, too. You know, you get down the final stretches, you got that endurance to finish strong. Dustin's definitely got the power to get down there. Let's see what he does. I think he was throwing like a TL or something like that. Look at this.
Ooh, that's a great drive.
Yeah, that's pin deep.
I would take that every time.
50 feet to the left, maybe. Look at this. Smooth. And he gets that late turn that you just like, you dream about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation with Dustin, and he was a little nervous, and he couldn't see it with that shot, though.
Yeah.
There's Travis and Ben both just kind of laying up. And I had a weird little hole I had to hit. I had to pick a side of this tree, and I wasn't confident which side I was going to go on.
Oh.
So I hit it.
That's a tough predicament to be in when you can't choose. A little bit of doubt will creep in.
At a certain point, I just closed my eyes and threw it. If it was going to go one way, it was going to go the other way.
I usually just aim for that tree at that point. Just aim for it. If I hit it, I'll be happy.
Running for the birdie, but it looked like he had to do a little chicken wing putt out of there. That is a tester for par.
Nice.
And I did not want my first bogey of the weekend. Ben also. Banging down his par.
I was talking to Dustin at a random doubles event that we had recently on a golf course, and got to play around with him out there and started asking him about prior sports that he might have played in high school, and he said that I think he was either a defensive end or a linebacker in football.
Oh gosh.
And he was just talking about how he would earhole quarterbacks all the time. And if you look at him, he's got a very athletic frame. I would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
No, not at all. And like I'm 6'3", and he makes me feel small. And there's not very many people that do. He's a big guy.
He's probably 6'6", I would say.
Maybe even bigger. Yeah. He can palm a disc. If that tells you anything. Ben's down there talking about discs staying in today. Yeah, may or may not have been been on my mind. So I had to, shank it early.
Yeah.
It's the funny thing about disc golf, it's a lot of mental game there. And Travis
just going a little deep
a
there.
little deep, but
that's going to be a tricky putt.
Not hitting any of those trees is always a good thing.
Crows are out razzing you guys, as they always do.
It was funny. They seemed to be on Ben's case a lot. And Dustin just lacing a putter down there. Almost acing it as well. Yeah, I noticed a couple times that Ben got razzed by the crows during this round. So pay attention to that.
Good upshot. This looks like a tricky little shot for you.
Yeah, up and over. And this Travis from back where he landed, you can't even see him.
Playing Sasquatch back there. Ooh.
And he almost sinks it.
Good run.
Dustin too, playing Sasquatch, probably about the right height for Sasquatch.
Yeah. Only if Sasquatch wore such bright colors. Nice deuce.
Yeah, that was a really good putt. He didn't have any room to go up or down. He really had to just force that straight, kind of like high to low. It was really buggy. And Dustin had lemon balm that he was like whipping himself with to keep the bugs off, and I thought that was pretty smart.
Dustin's full of all kinds of interesting tidbits like that.
Right. Well, we're all tapping in par except for Dustin getting a stroke on the lead card here, and on to hole 6, the beautiful picturesque green here with the wonderful bridge made by Sean Chapman and Scott Fromm.
Such a good hole to birdie. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it feels quite magnificent.
Yeah. Let's see if any of us can do it here. Dustin on the tee pad. Taking a breath and clearing his head. It's really important to do, in my opinion. Look at this. Just a perfect hyzer flip.
Oh.
Hits a late tree, but that you can't really be that mad. That was going to be past the basket.
Still putting at a birdie. That gets a good skip. That's... Oh!
Yeah, and that's what this hole does. I recorrected from the day prior. I just turned away. I didn't even watch it finish. I was like, cool. That's exactly what I wanted, and...
Still putting.
Still putting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would have been parked.
Maybe long even, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it could have been a lot worse, that's for sure.
We were actually talking prior about like how you want to beat your discs up so you can train them to not hit the trees.
I'm pretty good at that trick.
You know, everybody hitting that initial gap though, so not a ton of scrambling going on, but that elevated basket does lead to some tricky putts. Oh, I guess I spoke too soon. Ben is scrambling, but makes easy work of it.
Landed about as where his drive landed yesterday. Ooh, Travis giving it a good bid.
Yeah, he was about 70 feet out uphill.
But as the lead card, you guys have to know that the cards behind you guys are going to want to pick up these holes. So each birdie that you guys don't get is kind of a missed opportunity in some way.
Yeah, there's somebody that might have been pushing pretty hard.
A few
Little
people.
Foreshadowing there. I really wanted this one. I was like, am I outside? And they're like, yeah, we don't care. So I wanted it too much, but.
Ooh.
Basket liked that one. He's got such a, like, hingy putt that is still so smooth. Everybody kind of just dunking in their pars. Travis showing us that athleticism that you spoke of earlier. I mean, disc golf can be kind of a slow-paced sport, but you gotta speed it up and liven it up a little bit every once in a while.
Yeah, pull out a little tricks. Do a little curtsy off the rocks there. That's what I...
So what disc do you like to throw on this?
I throw a destroyer here a lot of the times, but lately I've been thinking about possibly trying to throw a fairway driver of some sort, maybe like a Discmania FD, maybe a T-Bird.
Something that won't go too long.
Yeah, just something I can kind of control, because I feel like if you crest that hill, it does start falling downhill to where just if you put the disc on the right flight. See, that's a mistake that
you don't want to do with a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I switched up the disc because I really wanted to put some more height on it. I'm throwing an X2, actually, which is a extra. It's faster than the D series.
Okay. But see, that's a... Oh, you got it high enough there.
I did get it high enough. It leaked a little straighter than I wanted. Literally like the 5th time I've thrown that disc.
Okay. There's a bunch of poison oak over there, too, so that's part of the course I try to avoid.
We all are kind of leaking it long. Let's see if Ben can show us the way. And he does. Look at this. It's like this hole was just made for his drive.
Oh, that's looking good. Yeah, I feel like if you throw just a pure hyzer the entire flight and just get around that initial tree line there to your left, you'll be looking at, 40 to 50 foot putt, even if you don't get any straight flight out of your disc.
And look at this.
Wow.
And he nails the catch cam guy. Probably saves him about 3 feet. Perfect.
Probably how he drew it up.
Right. Man, no, he had nothing from back there, and he made something out of nothing. That was pretty incredible. That was probably one of my favorite shots to watch of the day. One of them. There were some pretty epic shots.
Dustin is known for his overhand power as well. I've seen him crush some of those things 400 feet. Ian tapping out his par.
And Dustin's left with a circle's edge putt for par. And he makes good.
He better thank
feel good.
Better thank James Melnick for being on a knee there to stop that.
That's. Oof. Oh. You can see the emotion there from Ben.
What can you do?
That.
You can
tap it in.
Tap it in for a bogey.
But my favorite thing about disc golf is there's always more disc golf.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this hole, I want redemption on this hole. It seemed like I struggled a little bit the first day on this one, and it's such a short par 4, like you were saying.
It's one you want to capitalize on. I got a 5 on it the first day, and was licking my chops on the tee pad the second round, but it's still a tricky drive to hit, so you've got to be nice and smooth. Can't force anything.
Did you end up getting the 3 on this one?
I had
Round
one of
two.
the worst drives I've ever had on it the second round, and then had one of the best upshots I've ever had, and put myself about 45 feet out where, smashed the 3.
That a kid.
Felt good.
Dustin showing us how it's done. I'm switching up my play. I'm throwing an MX3 here, mid-range, just trying to get one straight.
Trying not to go for that sneaky route again.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
It's tough to see from the camera angle here, but that little uphill that you have to walk up, 10 to 20 feet in front of you, it's easy to get in your head.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, you could kind of see it when he was zoomed in there, but it does kind of get in your head. And the tee pad's a little uphill too. Travis showing us how it's done. He knows.
Yeah, maybe an overstable putter might be
I think
the best.
I think you're right. That might be where I'm at. Definitely watching it on footage is changing my opinion of what I need to do on the tee pad next time. So
Easy to go too deep on this hole.
yeah.
Did that make the Mando?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he got a very friendly friendly skip.
That is one of the best drives I've seen on this hole.
I thought he was gonna be right about where I was, but now I know why he got all the way up there. And I'm tucked away, have some weird forehand route that I did not execute.
Ouch. As you can see where Travis is here, it's way more open than where Ian's shot is, so it's
Ideal
all
right
placement.
by that stump. Dustin did that whole leaking long thing. We actually looked for his disc for a minute or two. We couldn't find it, but then I was like, he's a big dude. He throws far. We should probably look long.
Yeah. Nice upshot there out of Ben.
Yeah, and here I'm like, man, I really wanted this birdie. Well, let me just lay it up for par.
Were you going for that putt there?
No, I was laying up.
Okay.
Definitely going for that one.
Yeah.
Though. And we'll see that green drop away really fast.
If you could go back in time, would you have ran that 3 instead of laying it up?
If I could go back in time, I would have on my second shot not gone for the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just laid up
played smart from there.
Yeah, because look what I'm left with. Tricky, weird, like I'm only 28, 30 feet, but
nice.
I kind of had to just jam it.
Good bogey save though.
Yeah, thanks. It doesn't feel good, but watching that, I'm like, okay, that's a good way to end it.
That's how you want to play it.
Yep, Travis taking 2 strokes on me to take the lead back. And the other 2 kind of just tapping in their pars.
Hole 9 here. Last hole, the front 9, round 2 coverage. This is the only hole I bogeyed both rounds, which is
That's fair.
it's sour.
That's fair though. I mean, if you're gonna bogey a hole consistently, this one is, it's like
It's
okay,
tricky.
Okay, I can see why.
It's
Yeah.
tough. But it's one of those holes that we talked about in the last round. It feels really good to birdie. And just, with every tournament, you want to throw your best shot ever on every hole. Kind of like what Travis is doing here.
Yeah, that ends up that this hole looks like it's just made for his kind of shot.
His style.
Yeah. Ben ripping on that blue rock again. Got an unfortunate kick that redirected him away from the basket.
Kicked him left or right?
Yeah, it kicked him left.
Okay. I missed it there.
And it looked
Ooh.
like Dustin kind of just hung on to that a little bit.
There for a while, I didn't see Dustin throw too many sidearm shots forehand, so it's nice to see that out of him.
Yeah, he is tucked away, going to his patented overhand. Look at that thing just rocket out of his hands.
So many times playing against Dustin, I'll see him in the thick of jail.
Yep.
And, you know, playing tournaments thinking to myself, like, okay,
I'll
I'll get a stroke on him here.
Nope.
The next thing you know, he's next to the basket with some crazy overhand shot.
Yeah, he just understands the angles and
just the sheer power he
Yeah.
can get out of those things. Oh, that was
yeah,
looking
that
so
was
nice.
the tree that I needed to beat and just didn't do it. Here's Travis. He's kind of pinched off by that weird little twig, so he decides to go up and over.
Wow.
Little putter shot. If it hadn't hit that lettuce, I think would have kept
Straight a little more?
straight,
Yeah.
or maybe even had faded or not faded at all, like turned right.
Ooh, Ben not happy about that one. Travis will be putting for 3, which is nice. Dustin's third shot, another forehand. Get a skip. Okay, he'll have an opportunity to save par.
Yeah, with that uphill basket, he can give that a bigger run. So I was left with a really tricky shot, and I really wanted to be on the green here.
Lumberjacking your way through there.
Yep, that's how this hole can play.
What?
Look at this.
Look at that
guy.
par save. Wow. Little wizard. What a lovely pound bag he has there as well.
Look at
That's
this shot.
Oh, that was so sweet. You guys really, so far, have put on a great show for the cameras these past couple rounds. I mean, some ace runs by yourself and some good long-distance basket hits.
Chip ins, and I was like, all right, cool, so it's possible.
Yeah, no pressure,
Let
Ian.
me just give it a try, you know?
Oh, good run.
Yeah.
Did that look in from your view? It looked
I
like one of those.
definitely thought it had a really good chance. That looked in
Oh.
from my view. That was kind of a bummer. He
Oh, yeah, Dustin went deep, too.
Yeah, he did. Yep. So this is putting for par.
Nice par saves.
looks-
2 of them.
He just makes the 35-foot putt just look like a 20-footer, you know? I guess he can reach halfway there.
Yeah,
huh?
I guess it's not really fair.
Yeah. Well, back-to-back bogeys for me. And just not the worst holes to do it on, but
Yeah.
disappointing.
Those were your first bogeys of the tournament, too, yeah?
Those were
Wow.
the first 2. Well, stay tuned for round 2, back 9. Ian Blake.
Michael Grummer, thanks again to Gript.com for the coverage. Fairway Media. See you next time.